Hello students, welcome back to the class. During the last class we have discussed about powers and the kinds of power. In the last class we have mainly concentrated on economic power. In this class we are going to study about what is meant by national power. Okay, what is called national power? We will discuss in the topic. Children, now before going to this national power we will study about some concept. Introduction, we know the concept of power is a key concept for all the political science. Distribution of power, if the powers are distributed in a perfect way, then the conflicts can be resolved. If the powers are not distributed in a proper way, then the conflicts will arise. Okay, so distribution of power, if you wanted to solve the conflicts, the only one thing we have to do is distribution of power should be arranged in such a way that powers are distributed equally, so that conflicts will be resolved. So resolutions will be effectively, and that should be accepted by all the people. Now H.W. Weizmann, what he said, that power is nothing but ability to get one's wishes carried out despite resistance. Okay, power is nothing but you will get one wishes despite he is resisting or he is rejecting you, he will wish you. So power is nothing but ability. Power is nothing ability to get one's wishes despite of reject or resistance. Okay. Similarly, when you are in power, people will wish you. Though on the back side they rejects you, but in front they will wish you. So here, power is nothing but ability to get one's wishes despite of resistance. Despite of many resistance, you will get wishes also. Power is nothing but ability to influence the behavior of others. By using the power, we can able to change or we can able to affect or influence the behavior of others in according to your own need. Okay, in according to your own need, you can able to influence the behavior of others. So this definition was given by Edward A. Skills. What is meant by power? Power is nothing but ability to influence the behavior of others. Okay, in accordance with their own need. This is one point. Now, when you are coming about the national power, what is meant by national power? Children, first point, to understand about national power, we have to understand some various concepts. Politics is mainly a key struggle for power. In political parties, why they are struggling? Because they wanted to come in power. Most of the political parties are contesting in the politics. The main aim is to get power. Power is a main aim of every political party. So politics are getting struggle to have power. The main power is an ultimate aim of even international politics also. There are many countries, international levels also, if you see, there are many countries they wanted to dominate others. So power, most of the international countries wanted to be powerful countries. Power is the only one way. Okay, power is mainly the ultimate goal for not only the national level but also international level also. Everybody wanted to have a power. Okay, everybody wanted to get power. Even national level also, many political parties are contesting elections only to obtain the power. In international level also, many countries are trying effort. Why the countries are trying effort? Okay, day by day, to get more power in the international level. Similarly, when you are talking about the national power implies sovereign state. When can you say that nation has a power? The states which can able to take their decisions internally and externally, that state is called sovereign state. So national power always implies sovereign state. The states which is supreme power, okay, the state which enjoy all the supreme power, which can take all the decisions in the international level, in the national level, in internally and externally, the states can able to take all the decision. The state we can call it as sovereign state. So national power able to attempt and able to influence the sovereign state. Okay, sometimes the national power can able to influence the sovereign state also. And national powers plays very important role in achieving the goal of international affairs. Okay, powerful nations can able to achieve the goal easily at international level. Okay, so national power is very important. So with national power we can able to achieve the goal and aim in the international affairs, in the international politics. In this context, if you are taking an example, unipolar. What is meant by unipolar? Whenever the world is dominated by one power, it is called unipolar. Unipolar means uni in the sense one. Polar means power. Whenever the world is dominated by one single power, that is unipolar. For example, at present if you see, the world is dominated by only one power, and that is America. America is dominating the world, so that is called unipolar. Okay, bipolar means when the world is dominated by the two superpower country, that is bipolar. Up to 1991, before if you see, during the World War, after completing Second World War, okay, most of the countries where two important countries have dominated the world politics, so that is called bipolar. One is called America and one is called Russia, so that is called as bipolar. In the world, whenever the two important countries are dominating the world politics, that is called bipolar. Now next point is multipolar. The world having several centers of power. Several centers of power. Not in the world you can find different powerful countries. Several centers of powers are there. Powerful countries are there, which is called as multipolar. Now our world is leading towards multipolar. Now once upon a time one or two, but in the future maybe our world is leading towards multipolar. In the future we can find many nations can dominate the world. Okay. Now different methods exercise national power in the force. Okay, there are different methods which will exercise the national power in the force. Sometime exercising the national powers through force also, forcefully. So sometime by forcefully they are getting the power. Force in the sense, whenever if you are making any treat of violence, whenever if you are using any type of militaries or any economic pressure, then that is called as force. Violence, any type of violence activity, whenever if you are treating whenever if you are treating of violence, that is called explicit treat. So whenever if you are making any type of treatment that is forcefully, that is in form of violence, that is treat. Whenever if you are using forced to use any type of military or economic power, that is also a type of force. So sometimes forcefully they are using, and sometime what happen, they are getting the power. Forcefully, by using this they are getting the power. What are the things they are using? Violence, treats. Okay, by using the military forces or economic forces, they wanted to be powerful. Now authority. Now authority means what? Authority is also a type of power. It's a compellence issued by, compellence means command. When the authority is nothing but a command issued by one nation to other nations. Okay, power and authority both are same but different meaning. Authority is that nothing but a command which are issued by one nation to another nation in the form of respect, affection, knowledge, okay, solidarity, okay, etc. Okay, once again we will come to the point and we will discuss about it. So children, already in the previous classes we have discussed about political power, technological power, economic power. In this class mainly we are concentrating upon what is meant by national power. Okay, already we have seen the introduction point. In introduction concept, the concept of power plays a very key concept in all the aspects of political science. So power, the concept of power is a key concept in the political science. Distribution of power will determine how to solve the how to resolve the conflicts. Whenever the powers are distributed in an equitable manner, the conflicts automatically will be solved. Decentralization will say. Okay, distribution of power, when it is not in a equitable manner, the conflicts will arise. So it shows the distribution of power. If the distribution of power will be good, the problems and the conflicts automatically will be resolved. Okay, suppose if one country is highly powerful country, so these powerful countries will try to dominate the others. When he is highly powerful, then only he will dominate others. Imagine that when all the countries are equitable power, then no countries can dominate others. So that's why I am saying equitable power, distribution of power in the form of equality is very, very important. And resolutions, when it will be, resolutions should be accepted by all, one thing. Okay, H.V. Weissman has said that power is nothing but ability to get one wishes, okay, despite of resistance. Edward A. Skills, what he said, that power is nothing but ability to influence the behavior of others. Whenever if you are influencing the behavior of others, so that is called as power, in according to your own wish. So it was stated by Edward A. Skill. Power is nothing but ability to influence the behavior of others. Okay. Next one, we are talking about the national power. National power is nothing but politics in national powers, political parties have mainly struggled to obtain the power. Nowadays every organization has an important role to obtain the power. In nation also political parties are why they are struggling to obtain the power. Power is an ultimate goal for not only the national level but also in international politics also. In international level also, if you see that power is one of the ultimate goal for international country or many countries. If you take an example, national powers implies sovereign state. How can you say that national power? If a powerful nation is a sovereign state, powerful nation implies sovereign state. Why? Because when the nation is power in the national level, they can take their decisions internally as well as externally. So that country can be treated as sovereign state. Every sovereign states have national power. National powers also attempt to influence the other sovereign states. Sometimes they will try to influence the other sovereign states. National states aim, what is the main aim of achieving the goal in international affairs? Every nation state has certain aim. What is the aim? To achieve some goals. Now for example, India has one goal, to target $5 trillion or 10 trillion or 20 trillions. Every country has certain goals. If you wanted to achieve, every country wanted to fulfill their goals, and if they want, they will try to achieve the goal. Okay. So national power is nothing but achieving the goals. If the countries are achieving the goal, then that is called national power. If any country have achieved the goal in international affairs, then that is called as national power. In this context, we can find there are countries are mainly dominated by three power: unipolar, bipolar, multipolar. Whenever the world is dominated by one single country, that is unipolar. America used to dominate. At present, Americans are dominated. But in the past, if you see, two important countries have dominated, that is called bipolar. America, Russia used to dominate. Maybe in the future we can find multipolar. Maybe multipolar means several nations, several countries, several centers of power. Several nations will emerge a powerful country, then that is called as multipolar. Our world will be called as multipolar. Polar is nothing but powerful. So different methods are exercising by the national powers by using force. In order to achieve the national power, they are using the force, sometime by treating of violence, and sometime by using the military forces and economic forces. Okay, most of the nations are getting power forcefully. Authority is nothing but this is a command which are giving by one nation to another nation. Compliance is nothing but command. So whenever one nation is giving command to the other nations in the form of respect, affections, knowledge, solidarity, etc. So this is the authority, that is a command. So command issued by a nation is called as authority. Command issued by the nation is called as authority. Okay. So children, we have discussed here the powers and the different kinds of power. So in the next class we will continue the last topic of powers and different kinds of power. We will meet you in the next class, children. Thank you very much, everybody.